Shalom Aleichem from Yeshivas Rabbi Akiva in Yerushalayim. We know that now we are involved with the mitzvah of counting the Omer. Every day we count the Omer, make a bracha, admire evening services, and we count another one of the days of the Omer, the 7 weeks, the 49 days, up to the 50th day, which is the Yom Tov of Shavuos, which is the day of receiving the Torah. And we see that according to the Sefer Chinuch, which is Rishon, he wrote this book about 900 years ago, and he informs us that according to him, it's a mitzvah from the Torah, even today, all these thousands of years after receiving the Torah, to count up the days from Pesach, from the time when we went free from Egypt, from the Exodus. It's a mitzvah to count the days up to Mount Sinai. And we count the days and make a bracha. And in the Torah, when it talks about the Chag, the holiday of Shavuos, it doesn't tell us explicitly that the reason why we have a Yontif, a holiday coming up at the end of counting the Omer that we've been waiting for, it doesn't say that it's connected to the fact that we received the Torah. We know that that's when we received the Torah, and in our prayers, which were written by the prophets of the Anshe Knesset Gedolah, of the men of the Great Assembly, it says it's the time of receiving the Torah. That's what the holiday of Shavuos is all about. But in the Torah, in the Psukim, in the verses, it simply says you count up the 47 weeks, 49 days, and the 50th day you'll bring a new offering, the Shtei Alechem, the 2-loaf offering in the temple. It doesn't say anything about the receiving of the Torah. So here we are, this great count up. The Chinuch explains, by the way, why is it not a countdown? It should be 10, 9, 8, 7, and instead we start 1, 2, 3, counting up. He says because it's so many days, 49 days, we might get discouraged. It's so far to go. So instead we count up 1, 2, we've accomplished another day going up towards Mount Sinai. The purpose of leaving Egypt, of the Exodus, was to receive the Torah in Mount Sinai. And then a very strange thing happens. First of all, as we said, it doesn't say explicitly that we're going to receive the Torah, and we didn't really receive the Torah on that day. In the end, what happened? The Jewish people had a deep spiritual issue, which we can't go into now. It's an entire, takes much study, but the head of the Egel, the sin of the golden calf, we didn't receive the Torah at Shavuos time. We didn't receive the Torah until Yom Kippur. It was not until Yom Kippur that Moshe Rabbeinu came down with the second luchos, the second tablets, the second Torah. That's the Torah we have today. We actually received. So what was Shavuos? What happened on Shavuos? We didn't even really actually get the Torah, and yet it's a mitzvah, according to the Chinuch, from the Torah today that we're counting our way up every single day, getting ready, getting more excited, with increasing passion and increased intensity towards Shavuos, and really that wasn't the day we got the Torah. And the Torah doesn't even say that was the day we got the Torah. So perhaps one quick thought I'd like to share from Yerushalayim here, which is that many of our great Sfarim through the ages said that in the Talmud, it says actually that the Torah says v'yitzatzu b'tachti sahar. The Jewish people stood at the foot of the mountain, but the language is not precise. So the Talmud says it means that Hashem, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, held Mount Sinai over our heads. So some of the Sfarim Kedoshim, our holy books, teach us that. What does that mean? It means that the Mount Sinai was the chuppah. It was, and the receiving of the Ma'amad Har Sinai, the standing at Mount Sinai, it wasn't only the giving and receiving of the Torah, which we didn't really get till Yom Kippur, but it was our marriage, so to speak, to Hashem, to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And as we know, it says, there's a Mishnah that says that the whole world was worth being created for the day on which Shlomo HaMelech, King Solomon, wrote the book Shir Hashirim, Song of Songs. What is Song of Songs? It's a poem about the love between Klal Yisrael, between the Jewish people, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu and Hashem. So Shavuos is like our wedding to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, which is renewed every single year. So Mirz Hashem, we're counting up, and we're looking forward to Shavuos, the time of receiving of our Torah, and which is really the time of the great love story between the Jewish people and the Creator. So until next time, bracha v'atzlacha, and ruchnius, spiritually and physically, you should have all the brachas in the world.